Turning busy into productive. Now that we've broken the myths and looked at what real productivity means, the next important question is, how do we actually move from being just busy to being truly productive? Because it's one thing to understand the difference, but it's another thing to live that difference in your daily routine. And the truth is, most of us don't need to work harder. We need to work smarter. We need small shifts that help us focus our time and energy where it really matters. Let's begin with something very simple, but very powerful. Setting priorities. It's easy to make a long to-do list with 20 or 30 small tasks. And yes, it feels good to check things off. But are those tasks moving you closer to your goals? Or are they just keeping you busy? Real productivity begins with asking yourself, what truly matters today? Not what's urgent, not what's noisy, but what is important. If you had only 2 hours today to do your most meaningful work, what would you choose? Learning to prioritize helps you stop reacting and start directing your energy with purpose. Another major shift comes from learning to say no, especially to things that do not support your goals or values. This can be hard. Many of us want to be helpful, liked, or seen as reliable. So we say yes to everything: meetings, favors, events, emails, messages, even when we're already tired or overwhelmed. But every yes is also a no to something else. When you say yes to every small request, you may be saying no to rest, no to focus time, no to your own dreams. What would happen if you said no to something small today in order to say yes to something bigger? And that brings us to another key habit: planning deep work. Deep work means focused, high-quality effort on one important task, without distractions. It's the kind of work that helps you make real progress. Not just answering emails or attending meetings, but writing, thinking, solving, creating, reflecting. Deep work doesn't happen by accident. You have to protect that time, even if it's just 30 minutes a day. That means turning off your phone, closing your social media tabs, and giving your full attention to one task. Think about it. When was the last time you worked for 1 full hour without checking your phone? For many of us, that's rare. But that's where the real growth happens: in silence, in focus, in presence. Now, let's talk about something deeper: the role of perfectionism and fear of failure. These are two major reasons we stay busy instead of productive. Perfectionism tells us we need to do everything perfectly. So we spend too much time planning, editing, adjusting, trying to control every little detail. But productivity is not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about doing your best with what you have, learning as you go. Ask yourself, what stops you from focusing? Is it fear? Is it the pressure to get it exactly right? Sometimes we hide in busyness because we're afraid to start. We're scared we might fail. But doing something badly is better than doing nothing at all. That's how we grow. Another good habit is to review your day or week. Take 5 minutes in the evening to reflect. What did you spend your time on? What gave you energy and what drained you? Were you busy or were you productive? This small habit helps you learn from your experience and make better choices in the future. You become more aware. You start seeing patterns. You begin to ask better questions. Over time, this creates a productive mindset, one that helps you stay calm, clear, and focused, even when life gets busy. And remember, all of these changes take time. You don't need to become perfectly productive overnight. Start small. Choose one tip that feels right for you. Maybe setting priorities or planning deep work. And try it this week. Reflect on it adjust it. Build it into your routine. Step by step, you'll move from just doing things to doing the right things, with purpose, with clarity, and with confidence. Let's be honest, being busy can feel easier. It keeps us moving. It keeps us distracted. But being productive means facing ourselves. It means choosing focus over noise. It means letting go of perfection and choosing progress. And that's not just about getting more done. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful and aligned with who you are. In our final section, we'll wrap up everything we've learned and give you a few final questions to think about, to help you reflect, reset, and take action. Because at the end of the day, you have the power to code your life, just like you code your English, with purpose, practice, and personal growth. So, let's take a deep breath together and look back on everything we've talked about today. It's been a full conversation, but a meaningful one, because the difference between being busy and being productive is more than just a detail. It's actually a reflection of how we live, how we think, and how we grow. We started with a simple but powerful question. Are you really busy, or are you productive? We explored how being busy can often feel like we're achieving something, when in fact, we might just be moving in circles. We talked about how busy means doing many things, sometimes without direction, while productive means doing the right things, things that move us forward with purpose. It's like the difference between running on a treadmill and walking toward a destination. One keeps you in place, the other takes you somewhere. We also looked at why we stay so busy. There's a kind of comfort in being busy. It helps us avoid difficult thoughts or decisions. It gives us a sense of importance. But we also saw the hidden costs, the burnout, the stress, the feeling of being overwhelmed or stuck on autopilot. We asked the hard questions. Are you tired because you worked hard, or because you spent your energy on things that don't matter? And then we turned toward real productivity, what it actually looks like. We discovered that productive people focus on fewer tasks, but with more clarity, consistency, and intention. We shared ideas like setting priorities, protecting deep work time, and even learning to say no. We faced the truth that perfectionism and fear of failure can block us from real progress, and that sometimes being busy is just another way to hide from our potential. So now, before we end this episode, I want to invite you to pause for a moment and ask yourself, what will you do differently this week? Not next year, not when your schedule is perfect, but this week. Is there one small change you can make to move from busy to productive? Maybe it's turning off your notifications for 1 hour. Maybe it's writing down your top 3 priorities for the day. Maybe it's saying no to one task that's not serving you anymore. And if you're not sure where to start, try something simple. Journal about your habits. Take 10 minutes tonight or tomorrow morning. Ask yourself, where does my time really go? What activities give me energy? What things make me feel stuck or distracted? This kind of reflection doesn't just help your productivity, it helps you learn about yourself. And that's what real growth looks like. Remember, you don't have to change everything all at once. Progress is built on small, consistent steps. And the more you practice being productive, not just busy, the more you'll feel in control of your time, your energy, and your life. Thank you for spending this time with me here on Code Your English. I hope today's episode gave you not only some helpful English listening practice, but also a new way to think about your habits, your goals, and your focus. You have the ability to shape your days, and when you shape your days, you shape your future. So, what's your next step? Take it with courage. Take it with clarity. and always keep learning. Until next time, take care. And remember, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters.